Welcome to my channel. It's a new day, so we're going to do more music. I've got 6 requested reactions, and I might have time for a bonus video. We'll see. I'm going to do 4 that have been voted on and 2 that were chosen by AI. So the first reaction that I have is to Kendrick Lamar singing Reincarnated. This was requested anonymously on the 26th of November of 2024. And it was the highest voted request on the list when I looked yesterday when I made this list. Okay? Before we get into the video, I want to thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that you do for my channel. I really do appreciate it. Also, I want to remind you that I always put the artist links in the description of their playlist so you can support them as well. But I put the link to the song that I'm reacting to in the description of the video. I also put a link in there from Wikipedia if I can find anything that makes any sense and is relevant. I don't put the link to the reaction request form though, because I'm not currently accepting new requests. I've got over 2,700 in my queue. I've got to take care of those. But I live stream every Sunday for 3 hours, beginning at 3 p.m. UTC on Rumble. So if you come to Rumble on Sunday at 3 p.m. and you put a request in the chat, I'm going to react to it live. I also have a voting form that you can click on. The link's in the description of every video, that you can vote on the requests that I already have, so you can decide which ones I do next. Okay? I also live stream on Fridays at 12 a.m. UTC on YouTube. I call that God Talks. It's a chance for me to talk about the Bible, about walking by the Spirit, living as a Christian, answer questions, take prayer requests, that kind of thing. You know, it's just a day for me to share a little bit of my faith with you. So if you're interested in that, come on Friday at 12 a.m. UTC to YouTube. So this is Kendrick Lamar, Reincarnation.
Que reflejan tu mirada, la noche tú y yo.
Burning in me from within. Concentrated thoughts on who I used to be. I'm shedding skin. Every day a new version of me, a third of me demented, cemented in pain, juggling the pros and cons of fame. I don't know how to make friends, I'm a lonely soul. I recollect this isolation, I was 4 years old. Truth be told, I've been battling myself, trying to navigate the rhythms fake, cynical about the judgment day. I did past life progression last year and it fucked me up. Reincarnated on this earth for 100 plus. Body after body, lesson after lesson. Let's take it back to Michigan in 1947. My father kicked me out the house cause I wouldn't listen to him. I didn't care about his influence, only loved what I was doing. Gifted as a musician, I play guitar on the grand level. The most talented where I'm from, but I had to rebel. And so I'm off in the sunset, searching for my place in the world, with my guitar up on my hip, that's the story unfurled. I found myself with a pocket full of money and a whole lot of respect. While the record business loved me, I was head of rhythm and blues. The women that fell to their feet, so many to choose. But I manipulated power as I lied to the masses. Died with my money, gluttony was too attractive. Reincarnated. Another life, it placed me as a black woman in the chitlin circuit. Seductive vocalist as the promoter hit the curtains. My voice was angelic, straight from heaven, the crowd sobbed. A musical genius, what the articles emphasized. Had everything I wanted, but I couldn't escape addiction. Heroin needles had me in fetal position, restricted. Turned on my family, I went wherever cameras be. Cocaine, no private planes for my insanity. Self-indulged, discipline never been my sentiments, I needed drugs. To me an 8-ball was like penicillin, fuck love. My happiness was in that brown sugar. Sex and melodies gave me hope when nobody's looking. My first assistant was a small town scholar, never did a quaalude till I got myself around her. My daddy looked the other way, he saw sin in me. I died with syringes pinched in me. Reincarnated. My present life is Kendrick Lamar, a rapper looking at the lyrics to keep you in awe. The only factor I respected was raising the bar. My instincts sent material straight to the charts. My father kicked me out the house, I finally forgive him. I'm old enough to understand the way I was living. Ego and pride had me looking at him with resentment. I close my eyes, hoping that I don't come off contentious. I'm yelling, Father, did I finally get it right? Everything I did was selfless. I spoke freely when the people needed me, I helped them. I didn't gloat, even told them no when the vultures came. Took control of my fleshly body when the money changed. Son, you do well, but your heart is closed. I can tell residue that linger from your past creates itself. Father, I'm not perfect, I got urges, but I hold them down. But your pride has to die. Okay, Father, show me how. Tell me every deed that you done and what you do it for. I kept 100 institutions paid. Okay, tell me more. I put 100 hoods on one stage. Okay, tell me more. I'm trying to push peace in LA. But you love war. No, I don't. Oh, yes, you do. Okay, then tell me the truth. Every individual is only a version of you. How can they forgive when there's no forgiveness in your heart? I could tell you where I'm going. I could tell you who you are. You fell out of heaven cause you was anxious. Didn't like authority, only searched to be heinous. Isaiah 14 was the only thing that was prevalent. My greatest music director was you. It was colors, it was pinks, it was reds, it was blues, it was harmony and motion. I sent you down to earth cause you was broken. Rehabilitation, not psychosis. But now we here now. Centuries you manipulated man with music. Embodied you as superstars to see how you moving. You came a long way from garnishing evilish views. And all I ever wanted from you was love and approval. I learned a lot, no more putting these people in fear. The more that word is diminished, the more it's not real. The more light that I can capture, the more I can feel. I'm using words for inspiration as an ideal. So can you promise that you won't take your gifts for granted? I promise that I use my gifts to bring understanding. For every man, woman, and child, how much can you vow? I vow my life just to live one in harmony now. You crushed a lot of people keeping their thoughts in captivity. And I'm ashamed that I ever created that enemy. Then let's rejoice where we at. I rewrote the devil's story just to take our power back. Carnated.
Okay, God, there's so much. Forget the lyrics. The way that he did that rap, it sounded almost angry or forced, you know. Just a really strong, making really strong statements and pushing them out, like, you know, this is something I've got to say. I can't hold it back. That kind of feeling. Just from his voice, the tone of his voice, and the speed of his rap, and just the way that he did it, it just gave me that impression. The words were interesting. He's talking about being reincarnated, which of course is not something that happens, but it just... It's like he could be, you know, he could be talking about not so much reincarnated as reinventing yourself, making a new you, a different kind of you, recognizing errors that you've made in your past and correcting them so that you go forward with a more honest approach to life. And you know, there was some autobiographical stuff in there, like how his father kicked him out of the house when he was 18. But I don't think Kendrick was 18 in 1947, because that would make him really, really old. So I'm not quite sure what to make of that. But overall, it was just a really interesting, fascinating piece of work to me. The stuff that he's rapping about, the content of the lyrics I'm talking about, and then the way that he delivered it, you know, really forceful, and like, this is just something I've got to say, and I'm going to say it, and you're not going to stop me from saying it, kind of feeling. Very interesting rap. He didn't change up the flow as much as I'm used to, but I think that was on purpose. It was, like I say, it was kind of there was an urgency about getting this message out and getting people to understand where he's coming from, was my impression. I could be totally wrong. You never know. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I'll have to go read the lyrics and listen to it again to really get a better feel for it. But great stuff from Kendrick. Before we move on to the next one, I want to pray for you, for each one of you, individually, that God will heal you. Whatever is wrong, doesn't matter what it is. There is nothing God can't heal, and I pray that he heals you, whether it's mind, body, soul, spirit, whatever. I pray that God heals you. And I pray that for every single person that you love as well. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.